You're 14, and the man in the white truck already knows your name. This is your life through every rank of a cartel. From the boy on a corner with a radio, to the man whose face hangs at every army checkpoint. Each rank pays more than the last. Each rank takes something you cannot buy back. By the top, you will own 3 houses in Culiacán and be unable to stand in the doorway of any of them. What nobody tells you is not how you get in. It is what all that climbing is quietly for. The boy who hands you the radio is 16 and has a whistle he uses instead of words. 2 notes. High, then low. It means clear. He taught it to every kid on this block before he ever taught it to you. His name is Beto. Hold on to the whistle. You will hear it again, and it will not mean clear. Level 0. Before any of this, you are nobody, and nobody is the safest thing you will ever get to be. You are hungry in the ordinary way, the way half the block is hungry. Your mother works 2 jobs and counts coins on the kitchen table on Sunday nights. Small towers for rent, for gas, for the light. You walk past the white truck every day on the way to nothing. One afternoon, the window comes down. The man inside does not offer you anything. He just says your name, your mother's name, and the name of the street she grew up on. And then he drives away. That is the offer. That you can be known. You did not understand that being unknown was the last thing you owned. Level 1. The Falcon. They call you a halcón. A falcon. Your job is to sit on a corner and see. You get a radio, a phone, a stool outside a tire shop, and 400 pesos a day to notice things. When a car you don't know turns onto the block, you whistle. When a soldier's truck rolls through, you whistle. High, then low. Clear, or the opposite of clear. It is the best month of your life. And that is the truth, not the setup. For the first time, men older than you nod when you walk past. Beto splits a torta with you on the curb and tells you which streets matter and why. You give your mother half your first week, and she presses it into the coffee can and blesses it with 2 fingers before she understands what it is. You belong to something that sees you back. Then, one Tuesday, you whistle clear for a green Nissan because the block was clear. Clear meant go. You did not know that go meant the 2 men who had been waiting on that green Nissan all morning. You learned what your whistle meant the next day, from the way the tire shop owner would not look at you. You got as far as wondering whose car it was. You stopped there. You have stopped there every day since. You are 14, you have a wage, and you have already done it. What do you think the next raise is for? Level 2. The gun. The promotion is not announced. A man you have seen twice hands you something heavy wrapped in a shop towel and tells you where to be at 9. This is the cartel asking, and the cartel only asks once. You understand? Standing in the kitchen with the weight in your hands that you can say no. You can hand it back and walk out the door. You also understand, in the same breath, that a boy handed the towel who says no has just shown the organization that he knows too much and wants none of it. And that boy does not get to go home and forget. The choice is real. It is only that both roads were the cartels, and just one of them has you alive at the end. So you go. Afterward, your hands do a thing they will do for the rest of your life. A small tremor when you are not looking at them, and you learn to hold a cup with both. You sleep with the light on like a child. You also buy a Hilux, gray, lifted, and the first time you drive it down your old street, the same men who nodded now step back, and you feel the step back land in your chest like warmth. You will spend years mistaking that warmth for a rival. Beto is still on a corner with a radio. You are above him now, and you start to notice the cartel keeps promoting the ones who get noticed. The loud ones, the ones in the gray trucks. You file that away without knowing why. Level 3. The Plaza. Now you hold a plaza. A piece of a city, Tijuana or Juarez or your own home streets, and everything that moves through it pays you. You have men, an accountant, a house with a wall around it. You sponsor a banda at the fair, and they play your narco corrido, your name in the chorus, and 10,000 people sing the story of you. You have never felt more permanent. Beto is still down on a corner, a whole life below you now. Here's the thing they let you find out for yourself, because telling you would waste it. The plaza is not yours. It is leased to you by the organization above, and a lease gets taken back. And the rent is not money. The rent is your name. The more of the plaza you hold, the more known you become. And the more known you become, the more the army and the rivals and the cameras come for you, and not for the men above you. You did not climb toward safety. You climbed toward the front. You feel the floor of the last 3 years tilt under you. Every man who ever nodded at you was measuring how visible you were willing to become. The cartel does not lose when a boss falls. The cartel sells the boss. The product moving through your plaza was never only the powder. It was you. You climbed 3 years to become the name they can afford to lose. Level 4, the lieutenant. You move up again, off the corner you held, and into the rooms where plazas are handed out. This is the most power you will ever hold. Whole cities move when you make a call, and money becomes a kind of weather you live inside. You are the man in the white truck now. The one who learns the names of 14-year-olds and tells them they can be known. You send halcones to corners you already know are hot, because someone has to sit there and see, and it cannot be you. One of those corners is Beto's. He gives you the 2 notes, clear, the way he has since you were both nobody. And you do not stop. You could move him up. You keep him low to keep him alive, because the ones who get noticed get used. That is the part you did. You carry it differently than the green Nissan. The Nissan you did not understand. The boys you understand completely. Then you learn the other half, the half done to you. When the army finally comes hard, it comes for your plaza, and the men above you let it. Your visibility was always the plan. You are the wall the fire hits so the house behind you stays cool. The boss you would die for has been spending you since the day you got noticed, and that is not the same wound as the boys on the corners. One is guilt. The other is betrayal. You will spend a long time learning they are not the same shape. Your mother lives in a house now that she cannot explain to her sisters, and she has stopped asking where it came from. Your sister stopped calling 2 ranks ago. You pay for her life in a city you are not allowed to know the name of, so no one can reach her to reach you. You have a family. You are not allowed to be near it. Level 5, the boss. You are the patron now. The top. There is so much money that you stop counting it and start hiding it. In a soccer club, in a string of car washes, in the walls of houses you will never sleep in twice. The car washes actually turn a profit. The only honest money you have ever made, and you find that funnier than you should. There is a number on your head, in dollars, larger than your whole town will earn in its lifetime. They write new corridos about you every month. You are, by any measure a boy on a stool could have dreamed, the winner. You sleep in a different bed every night. Under one bathtub, there is a tunnel to a storm drain you have walked in your mind so many times you could do it blind. You own 3 houses in Culiacán. The DEA has a photograph of each one. A doorway is a frame a sniper uses, and you have lived long enough to think in frames. And so you have not stood in a doorway in your own city in 3 years. The houses are yours on paper. The paper is the only part of them you get to touch. The night it goes wrong, a doctor you have never met is pulling a round out of your shoulder in a kitchen, working without once looking at your face. And when he is done, he says one thing. He says, "You are the 4th one I have fixed in this kitchen." And he packs his bag and is gone before you can ask about the other 3. You already know about the other three. You are the fourth. There will be a fifth. You have everything a boy on a corner ever whistled for. They come for you at the edge of a town you do not own, and from somewhere in the dark, you hear it. Two notes, high, then low. For one whole second, your body believes it means clear, that a boy is on your side, the way Beto was on a curb with half a torta 100 years ago. It does not mean clear. The boy in the dark is 14, and he is whistling your location to the Marines, high then low, and the last thing the cartel will ever buy with your name is the second you wasted hoping otherwise. Beto never rose. You kept him low to keep him alive, and the army never bothered with a man on a stool, and he died anyway, quietly, the way the useful ones do. You were 3 ranks above him, and a patron cannot go to a funeral. His 2 notes outlived him on every corner in the city. They are the sound that finds you now. That is what a cartel is. Not the money, not the corridos. It is the trick of turning boys who want to be seen into names it can afford to lose, and keeping the whistle after the boy is gone. If this hit you, subscribe and drop a like. There is more coming. Everyone is climbing towards something that looks like a rival. Most people find out at the top that the thing they climbed toward was never the destination. It was the view from where they were standing that made them useful to whoever put the ladder there. On a corner across town, a man in a white truck rolls down his window and says a boy's name, and his mother's name, and the street she grew up on. The boy is 14. By Friday, he will have a radio, 400 pesos, and 2 notes, high, then low. It is the beginning of everything. It is the sound that will end him.